Okay, so let's talk about one of the most talented, most consistent, and most misunderstood artists in South African hip-hop history.
No, not A-Reece.
I don't know. Who is A-Reece with?
You don't know A-Reece?
Eh?
No, you know A-Reece. You kidding, right?
No, I'm saying it.
The guy committed to failure.
What do you mean? He's so soaring. Yeah. There goes the A-Reece into you.
You see? There goes.
But,
okay, let's.
But that's his honest opinion, man. And this. No, I just think he's committed.
He's committed to failure. Dog. When it's time to grow, it's like
He's committed to.
I don't want to grow. I'm good.
So for years, he's been dropping fire after fire, hit after hit, and project after project, all independently. And yet, for some reason, the game refuses to give him his flowers, including me. How does someone this good, with this much consistency, this much artistry, and this much influence, still get downplayed, underrated, and even hated on?
Man, I don't know, he must change management or something. I don't know, it's sad, man. He's such a super, like, he's dope, man.
But one thing he can do is rap. Maybe if he's out there too much, he won't. He must stay inside the house and rap, practice and write and rap.
So what are you saying about his music now? Why are you saying he must practice?
No, I'm just saying, maybe he might, because like when you listen to A-Reece, you need a dictionary. You need to understand the metaphors, the nouns, the what.
And he has, his audience is that most.
Obviously, A-Reece came into the game as a teenager when most rappers were, still trying to find their sound. But A-Reece, I think he already had it. From day one, you could tell he wasn't just trying to rap, he was here to craft. His pen game, his flow, the maturity in his bars, it was miles ahead of his peers. And when he signed with Ambitiouz Entertainment, it looked like the industry had finally found its golden boy. I mean, Paradise dropped and suddenly A-Reece was the face of the new wave of South African hip-hop. But here's where it all started getting messy, because when Ambitiouz obviously had a history, contracts, control and controversies, all of that, when A-Reece stood his ground and walked away, it was like the industry turned his back on him, bro. They said he'd fall off. They said he couldn't make it. He couldn't make it on his own. They said he needed the machine. But what did he do? He went independent. And not only did he survive, he thrived.
I'm quite disciplined, like a lot actually, because yeah, man, there was so many experiences I went through just last year, being independent. And it actually humbles you down to the ground. You're like, what? This is how it go down?
So when you go independent in South Africa, it's not easy. There's no massive label pushing your music, no radio plugging your singles, no award show politics working in your favor. But Reece, he said forget that. He built his own lane, started the Wrecking Crew, which later became Rubber Band Gang, and kept creating music that resonated deeply with the youth, while everyone else was chasing trends, trying to sound American, even though he kind of sounds American, but trying to go piano, trying to go mainstream. A-Reece stayed true to hip-hop, He built one of the most loyal fan bases in the country. We're talking about a fan base that trends him on Twitter whenever he drops a verse or whenever someone else in hip-hop drops a verse or a song. Fans that pack out shows without a single radio hit, right? You did him dirty at the UJ, but whenever he has a Reece Effect thing, I know you guys show up and you guys sell out. He doesn't really need the machine. The machine actually needs him. And that's what separates A-Reece from most. He's proof that independence can win, even in a system designed to ignore you.
And I'm always consistent. That's why my fans love me. They know it's a guaranteed deal with me. It's like, okay, cool, I'm an A-Reece friend. I'm getting music every year, you know what I mean? And I'm getting dope music, not just some fillers, I'm getting dope music.
But still, the comparisons never stop. Every time A-Reece drops, the timeline turns into a battlefield. Who's better, Reece or Nasty? Who runs the game, Reece or Casper? Why doesn't he have more awards like AKA? And the truth is, A-Reece has never needed to compete with anyone. He's in his own lane. Look at the numbers, his streams, his YouTube views, his tour turnouts, all without a label. Guys, that's power. But because he's not loud about it, because he doesn't do the flashy lifestyle or start industry beefs just for attention, people assume that he's fallen off. And he's just focused. A-Reece doesn't chase the spotlight. He lets the music speak for itself. And every project he drops, from Me to You and Only You to Today's Tragedy, Tomorrow's Memory, you can feel the growth, the honesty, the pain, the precision. He's not just rapping, he's telling stories.
An innocent image. Nah, ain't doing nothing for free, I'ma need a percentage.
So let's get into the question. Why does SA hip-hop still hate A-Reece? Is it jealousy? Is it the fact that he didn't play the industry game? Or maybe it's because he shows what real independence looks like, and that threatens the system. Think about it. A-Reece doesn't beg for validation. He doesn't need radio play. He doesn't chase awards. And that makes the gatekeepers uncomfortable. In South African hip-hop, we love to celebrate the underdog until he doesn't need us anymore. Then suddenly he's arrogant. He's difficult. But all Reece ever did was believe in himself when no one else did. He's one of the few artists to truly stay authentic, never switch sounds for clout, never compromise his art for radio, and that's why people both love and hate him. He represents freedom, he represents control, he represents what every artist wishes they could be, independent and respected.
And I got to understand that I'm not the social media type. I'm really not.
So let's be real for a second. A-Reece deserves every flower there is to give. I mean, he's one of the most lyrically gifted rappers in South Africa, and his catalog is stacked, to be honest. No skips, just timeless bars and immaculate storytelling, obviously. He doesn't chase hits. He makes moments, and he doesn't drop singles. He drops experiences. From Meanwhile and Honeydew to Zimbali, from Couldn't Have Said It Better to In the Morning. I mean, this man has range. And through it all, he stayed independent. That's legendary, that's hip-hop. So why do we still act like he's some underground artist when he's clearly one of the best to ever do it? Maybe it's time we stop sleeping. Maybe it's time we give A-Reece his flowers while he can still smell them. And at the end of the day, A-Reece doesn't need validation. He's already proven himself over and over again. But as a culture, as fans of South Africa who love hip-hop, we need to start appreciating our artists before it's too late. And A-Reece showed us that you can stand alone and still shine. That you can be independent and still influence the entire game. So yeah, SA Hip-Hop might have denied him his flowers, but we as the fans, as the community, as the Brando channel, we can still give flowers to A-Reece. I know I've said a lot of things about A-Reece, but I've never called him a whack rapper. I've never ever, you can try and find a video of me, I've never ever called him a whack rapper. The only thing I had a problem with was cultural references, vernac rapping, just being South African, and that's the only problem I have with the new wave and A-Reece and Nasty C. But hey, Brando's always going to be pointed as a hater, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with being the industry's hater, and yo, it is what it is. But if you made it this far, drop a like in the comments and drop a heart for, I said drop a like in the comments, I meant drop a heart for Reece. Like, share, subscribe, because, yeah, man, this guy is, yeah, let's give him his flowers, bro.
Down.